I'm afraid it's true, and I'm really sorry. After 13 years of making Wheeler Dealers, I'm now going to be leaving the show.
No one saw it coming. One moment, Edd China was calmly walking us through a suspension repair. The next, gone. Vanished from Wheeler Dealers without a word. No goodbye, no farewell episode. Just silence. Fans were floored, because Edd wasn't just another presenter. He was the soul of the show. The quiet engineer who made chaos look easy. The reason millions tuned in, episode after episode. So when he disappeared, it didn't feel like a casting change. It felt like a betrayal. Something was off. Why would the man who built the show from the ground up just walk away? What were we not being told? To find the truth, we have to go back. When two guys in a dusty garage accidentally created one of the most beloved car shows in history, two guys, one garage, and a show that changed everything. It all began with a simple idea: fix up old cars, show the process step by step, and make it fun to watch. But when Mike Brewer and Edd China teamed up, they ended up creating a whole new kind of car show that would inspire millions. Mike was already known in the car world. He had energy, charm, and the skills to find great deals. He was the guy who could spot a hidden gem and talk the price down with a smile. Edd, on the other hand, was completely different. He was quiet, super tall, 6'7", and had a mind that worked like a machine. Mike brought energy. Edd brought calm, careful skill. Somehow the mix worked perfectly. The show didn't just show finished cars, it showed the how. They didn't cut away when things got messy. Edd explained every step: how to weld, how to fix a turbo, and more. It was relaxing, smart, and helpful. For many fans, his garage was like a school, where you could really learn how to work on cars. Wheeler Dealers wasn't just another show, it was a class led by a master. And for over 10 years, that simple setup kept working. Fans all over the world didn't just fall in love with the cars. They connected to the real friendship and balance between the hosts. Watching Mike and Edd felt like hanging out with two buddies fixing something together. But even while the show was doing better than ever, small problems were starting to show up. Quiet arguments, secret decisions, the kind of stuff that usually comes with success. And soon it would all boil over into something that no one could ignore. As the show got more popular, things started to tighten up behind the scenes. In 2013, Wheeler Dealers moved to America. But it wasn't just about different cars. It was about growing bigger, reaching more people, getting into a bigger market. U.S. viewers loved car shows, and this was the show's chance to go worldwide. Big networks noticed. That meant bigger budgets, fancier sets, and more pressure to deliver. The garage that once felt small and cozy now felt more like a big business. More people got involved, more meetings, more rules. What started as a fun UK-based show was now part of a serious machine with deadlines and big expectations. And slowly, the heart of the show began to change. The long scenes where Edd explained tough repairs. They started getting cut. His detailed how-to moments got replaced with shorter clips, quick fixes, and more flashy deals from Mike. Fans noticed. They filled up forums and comments. Where's the detail? Where's the learning? Why does it feel rushed now? To TV executives, these were just normal edits, just trimming things for faster pacing. But to Edd, it was a bigger problem. It wasn't just about TV time, it was about what the show stood for. He believed viewers were smart. They didn't just want to watch a car get fixed, they wanted to understand it. But the producers wanted even more changes. They wanted to cut Edd's garage scenes down even more. They even suggested using outside help instead of showing Edd do the work himself. That was the final straw. Edd knew he had to choose between staying and losing the show's soul, or leaving to stay true to what he believed. What he did next would shock fans everywhere and shake the future of Wheeler Dealers. Edd China finally spoke up, and everything changed. But the news didn't come from the show or the network. It came straight from Edd on his own YouTube channel. No fancy background, no special effects, just Edd sitting in front of the camera, calmly telling fans the truth. His voice was steady, but every word felt important. He explained that the TV network, which was called Velocity at the time, soon to be Motor Trend, had big plans to change the show. They wanted to shorten the repair segments even more, focus on flashy moments, and make episodes faster and more fun to watch. To the producers, this made perfect business sense. Shorter repairs meant more time for deals and drama. But to Edd, it felt like they were erasing everything that made Wheeler Dealers special. The real teaching, the reason so many fans loved the show, was disappearing. If he stayed, he'd have to pretend. He'd be showing quick fixes that skipped the real work. That wasn't honest, and it wasn't what the fans deserved. So Edd made the toughest choice of his career. He walked away. His video spread fast. Fans were shocked, but they backed him up. The comments were full of love and respect. People called him brave for standing up for what was right. They said he was a hero for choosing honesty over fame. But as the cheers grew louder, something dark began to creep in. People started pointing fingers. Rumors flew. Someone had to be blamed, and the anger turned toward Mike Brewer. While fans praised Edd for standing up for what he believed, another story started to grow. People online began blaming Mike Brewer. They said he must have known what was happening, that he didn't try to stop it. Some even believed he helped push Edd out to get more control and make the network happy. The theories spread quickly in YouTube comments and online forums. Many fans were angry and emotional, and Mike, being the only one still on the show, became the main target. Mike denied all of it. He said he supported Edd's decision, admired his talent, and wished him the best. But behind the scenes, things got scary. The hate didn't stay online. It followed Mike and his family into real life. In an emotional interview, Mike shared that people were threatening his family. His daughter got horrible messages. His wife was scared. It got so bad that the police had to get involved. "I had to call the police," Mike said with a shaky voice. "Someone actually said they were going to kill me." What started as a disagreement over how to run a car show had turned into something dangerous. Whether Mike was truly to blame or not, he was in the middle of a nightmare. His name and reputation were damaged. His family didn't feel safe. And it was all because of a decision that may not have even been his. To this day, there's no proof that Mike tried to push Edd out, but the internet had already made up its mind. And even though Edd never said anything bad about Mike or tried to defend him, it was Mike who took the full hit. Still, the show had to go on. Wheeler Dealers was a global hit, and they needed a new mechanic. But how do you replace someone like Edd China? Replacing a legend isn't easy. But the show had to keep going, so they brought in Ant Anstead. He was good-looking, smooth on camera, and knew his way around cars. Before TV, he had worked as a police officer and built cars in real life, so he had both experience and personality. The producers hoped he'd win fans over. At first, things looked promising. He and Mike worked well together. The cars were interesting. The episodes moved along smoothly. Ant added energy, charm, and a new feel to the show. For a while, it seemed like the switch might work. The show's ratings stayed strong, and the format didn't change too much, at least not on the surface, but fans couldn't help comparing. Edd had been slow, careful, and focused on teaching. Ant was quicker, more exciting, and always ready for the camera. Some people liked the faster pace and flashy look, but others missed the quiet, thoughtful style Edd brought. To them, Wheeler Dealers was turning into just another car show, less about learning and more about showing off. By 2020, Ant left the show. No drama, no major blow-up, just another change in the long story of Wheeler Dealers. Then came Mark Elvis Priestley. He had tons of knowledge, worked on race cars, and had a warm, easygoing attitude. Fans liked him. He clearly knew what he was doing and made working on cars feel fun again. Still, something felt different. The show was good. The hosts were skilled. The cars were cool. But people kept asking, "Where's the soul?" It wasn't about whether the new hosts were talented. It was about whether Wheeler Dealers could ever recapture the heart it had when Edd China was there. And while the show tried to move forward, Edd was quietly building something new, something that truly felt like his own. In 2021, Edd China came back, not on TV, but on YouTube with workshop diaries. No producers, no time limits, just Edd, his tools, and real repairs. The show was stripped down and honest, no fake drama, just step-by-step fixes and real teaching. From vintage Land Rovers to electric builds, Edd explained not just how, but why things worked. Without commercials or network rules, he revisited classic Wheeler Dealers cars and gave them the attention they deserved. Fans loved it. Views soared. Comments said it felt like coming home. Edd looked happy, doing what he loves at his pace. Meanwhile, Mike kept Wheeler Dealers alive with new co-hosts. He adapted, smiled, and pushed forward. But the silence between him and Edd remains. No interviews, no reunion. Still, fans wonder, could they meet again? One build? One talk? One last ride? Maybe that garage door isn't closed for good, just waiting to reopen?